Live. All right, hey guys, this is Rockstarflipper, and this is Ebayaddicts here. I finally tracked him down. We're at Ebay Upfront in Tampa.
Ebay Upfront?
Yeah. So how is it going out here?
It's good. It was awesome tonight. Let me show your audience a little bit of what the room looked like here.
It was packed. It was full. It was like sold out.
I think
they wouldn't even let me in. They were like, it's sold out. They were like, are you in the registration? I'm like, no. But I'm like, you see that guy there? That's Rockstarflipper, and he's got 100,000 subscribers, and that's Rally Roots. They're like, you know Rally Roots? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all right, let him in.
So I think that's a good way to get in.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let you, and I'm surprised when they heard me, they didn't tell you to run away.
Yeah, they were like, who's Casey? And then they were like, oh, you know Ryan? I'm like, yeah. They were like, okay, let him in.
I think there's 150 or 200 tickets they sold tonight, so pretty good turnout for Tampa. So any of you who did come out and see it, thank you guys for joining us. And otherwise, if you missed this eBay Upfront and you don't live close, and you live near one in your town, there's Detroit and San Jose and I think New Mexico, maybe Albuquerque.
There's one in Miami coming up.
Yeah. So there's all kinds. Go on the eBay site and check it out, and join one of the meetups, and go to the upfronts or the community events. They're awesome. So.
All right, guys. So today I finally tracked him down. I just wanted to talk to Rockstar, and because he's busy as hell. So I finally tracked him down. First of all, I wanted to ask you, man, how is all those remotes you got going? If you don't know, he bought a big Gaylord. How many remotes did you end up buying?
Well, we got 3,000 in a Gaylord. We bought 2 Gaylords, and I actually had somebody that helps me take the other one because I was too overwhelmed even by the one. So 3,000, and we paid 50 cents a remote, so it's $1,500, and then I had to pay the additional. It's about $300 a Gaylord from Oregon to Tampa, which sounds like a lot of money, but really across the country on a full pallet that weighs 1,000 pounds, $300 probably wasn't too bad. And because I got 3,000 remotes, that's only 10 cents extra a remote. So
right,
really
so you did good. I was just telling him, I was like, dude, if I go to the thrift store and I find them for 50 cents, I just put them in the cart. I don't ask any questions. Yeah. I just grab it and go and look it up later. So anyway, so the main thing we want to talk about is 5 reasons or 5 things that separate people that fail on eBay versus people that are successful on eBay.
Yes.
So what would you say that would be?
So I made my notes here, and these 5 things have never changed in all the years that I've been selling, buying. Platforms change, features change, policies change, items change, prices change, but these 5 things never change. And so I'm going to start with number 1, which is consistency. This is with any business, and so everyone knows, I do YouTube, social media, reselling. I've owned a detailing business. A lot of people don't know I've owned a mobile detailing business long ago.
Right.
My fiance is a photographer by trade, and consistency is not just doing what you do every day, but planning for the future by posting new items, by buying new items to have ready.
Right.
So I'm going to use what's going on in the world right now. It's February of 2020, almost March now. Everyone knows that there's a coronavirus going around, and one of my good friends imports his merchandise from China. And even though this is an unheard of thing going on, he planned ahead and he bought a bunch of extra merchandise. And so he now has merchandise that he can still consistently post every single day for sale on his eBay and Amazon and other accounts. And so being consistent, no matter what you have to do, you have to get merchandise, you have to be consistent, or you'll never sell. If you take 2 weeks off, you're going to lose 2 weeks of sales.
Right. What I was saying on my channel just the other day is that just you got to get items every day and you got to list every day.
Yes.
You can't just say I don't feel like it, or the kids are sick, or it's raining outside, or I need to go to a basketball game. Just find time in your schedule to list every single day. Like you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you comb your hair, you cook dinner, you list eBay items.
Yep.
So somehow, some way in your schedule, maybe you put the kids down for a nap. Maybe, you do it after dinner. Maybe you watch your favorite TV show. But list items every day. The more items you list, the more you're going to sell, right?
That comes into a time management thing.
Right.
Where if you know you're going to Disney World tomorrow with the kids, make sure you list some drafts or get some pictures taken and prepared so that even when you're out doing stuff, you can take 5 or 10 minutes to finish what you were doing. So you still have some sort of activity on your account. So consistency, always be doing something every single day, or the algorithms, the websites, whatever you use. It doesn't matter if it's eBay, it's everything. Trust me, YouTube knows it, Instagram knows it. If you use Instagram, you guys will know people pop up at the top of Instagram, and that's because they're active every day. If you don't, you stop popping up at the top.
Yeah, so, and if nothing else, you can send offers out to watchers.
Right.
So if you don't have time, you're busy with the kids or whatever, just send offers out to watchers and get active. Just pop them in the head and say, hey, I saw you're watching my item, pop in the head. Just send out an offer to the watchers and get their attention. All right, now what's number 2?
All right, so number 2, since we're listing items, we need to list stuff that people actually want. So if you're listing garbage bags all day, there's a good chance you're not going to sell very much. So you got to go through and list items that people want. We all have junk. We all have things that are, maybe they're okay or not great. But if you're not getting as much stuff as you can that people are actually looking for. So what do I mean by that? I always take 3 rules into account when I'm looking for things that people want. So one is, what items are appearing on the main pages of eBay and Amazon? They're recommending the stuff that people are searching for the most. We see tech, we see video games, we see home goods, iPhones, we see tablets, we see all this stuff. Always look for stuff that people want. If you're a clothing or a shoe seller or a fashion seller, when you go onto the eBay scrolling page, they have a fashion and things. You can click on that and you can see the highest search for items. The other thing you can do that eBay has, which is a great tab, is you can go into sourcing guidance and they tell you the top brands for, like, you can search men's shirts. Robert Graham is like, this is a shirt I'm wearing, it's probably like the 5th or 6th highest one. You can go into women's dresses and you'll see like Lululemon might be at the top or whatever it is. So you can search those brands out. Always post and list what people actually want. The second one that I always say is search for things that people need consistently. Things that they have to refresh. They're called renewables. We might think of it as toilet paper or paper towels or napkins. Things like toothpaste, soaps, body washes, perfumes, colognes. Any kind of stuff like that.
You don't want to have, what Rockstar is saying, you don't want to have items, money tied up in inventory, and it just sit for 6 months or a year and it not sell.
Yep.
So you want to turn it over quickly, get your money going, and relist it and reinvest that money into buying more inventory. You don't want to buy items and it just sit for 6 months collecting dust.
And so the itemization on that is called sell-through rate. And so if you're spending pennies on stuff and it's going to sit a little while, that's a little bit okay because you don't have a lot of money invested. But if you're putting money into inventory, you can't let that sit. We call that the hold time. And so we got to sell that inventory. We got to move it. Okay, so that's number 2.
Number 3?
Number 3 piggybacks off of that, and that's our pricing. And so you can sell all the great items you want, but if you put up a Robert Graham shirt that's worth $40 and you price it at $400, nobody's going to buy anything from you. It doesn't matter. If you walk into Macy's and all the shirts are all of a sudden $500 a shirt, nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to buy anything, right? So we have to price stuff correctly. It's not to say that you have to lowball or give it away. Right. It has to be priced correctly, and I always say it has to make sense. It has to be competitive, and it has to be something that people are willing to spend that money on.
Right.
So
I try to put or best offer on a lot of my items because there's some of the items where you don't want to undercut and have a race to the bottom, but there's somebody else, there might be 500 sellers that has that same exact video game listed as you do, and you want to have a competitive advantage. So if you can list it and say or best offer and then reduce your price by 50 cents or $1 or $2 and get that sale, do it. Yes. And so that definitely helps. Now, what's the next one you got?
Number 4 talks about what you just said, which is good policies. If you price an item right, so one, we're listing our items, we're listing items that people want, and we're pricing them pretty well. So now we have to give them an incentive to buy from us over everyone else, because everyone else might buy good items and price them right? What are we going to do to give them an incentive? Well, one is having good feedback, of course, so always maintain good feedback. But good policy. So there's 4 that I believe in. And one is offering a good return policy for people to give them confidence in you. It doesn't mean they're going to return something. It's just a confidence thing. So I do free returns. I'm not saying you have to.
I do too.
But at least some return policy. Don't put your listings at no returns. It just gives people a bad kind of taste in their mouth right from the beginning. Number 2 is best offer, which you just mentioned.
Right.
Let people make you a deal. Price your stuff a little bit higher and let them make you a price. Give you an offer. Make a deal out of it.
Right.
So that's number 2. Number 3 is on anything that's really lightweight and I can ship for cheap, under $4, I do free shipping. I do charge on heavier items, but I do free shipping on a lot. It's just an extra thing.
But Rockstar, what's your shipping policy? Do you ship out in one day?
Yes.
Or is it 3 days? Or
so
how?
This is our,
all right, let's
our 4th one is fast shipping. So in the world of today, and we're competing against not just Amazon, but other websites where you have to be out the door. People are in a now world where they want stuff right now. This is kind of why I'm actually being joined by our presenter here, who I'm going to show you guys. You may have just heard him talking. Say hello, Harry.
Hello, how are you doing?
Okay, so, and what's your official title? It's Senior Vice President of?
I'm VP, Head of Seller Experience.
Seller Experience, that's the word. So, and actually, I want him to comment on this little topic here.
Pull up a chair?
Yeah, he's going to pull up a chair. This is perfect timing. You came in at the exact right time.
That was good.
So we live in a today world where people want things kind of right now. And so we believe in one-day shipping, one-day handling, because when buyers buy stuff, they like to see that estimated delivery time. They don't want to see something that says they're going to get it in a month from now.
Right. We were just talking about shipping in one day. There's some people that ship 3 days.
5
There's some
days.
people that sell something on Friday and they wait till Monday or Tuesday to ship it out. We want it to be shipped ASAP because everyone else, if they don't get it from you, they can go to Amazon and get it at their door in 1 day, 2 days.
And
so you want to keep your customers happy, and you want to have repeat customers. If they're waiting 2 weeks for shipping, they're not going to be a repeat customer. They're not going to come back.
But I also think that I think it depends on the category. In all honesty,
there are exceptions.
I will say this, like, I buy a lot of unique things on eBay. It's what makes us special.
Yep.
I just bought a part for my Jeep. I have a 1983 CJ7.
Look at you.
And I bought this. I needed a new center console lock, right, for the center console glove box.
Right.
You're not going to find that anywhere but eBay.
That's right.
eBay only.
So the seller had it, and to be frank with you, I didn't really care when it was going to come, right? Because the fact that he had it was the key thing for me. Now, it came in a timely manner, right? Actually, I think it might have even come in 2 days, maybe 3, and the estimated delivery date had that. But as I said, for certain unique things, just the fact that I can get it, is good for me. Now, sure, I mean, we sell a lot of new product on eBay as well, and we to me, like, if you want ETRS, we want your handling time to be under 3 days, even 1 day. My handling time is 1 day. I mean, I travel a lot, so it's actually set at 3, but I meet 1
day.
And then eBay says, hey, you're doing a great job. Do you want to reduce it?
And as a seller, you get that notice from eBay that, like, hey, you're doing a really great time.
Exactly.
And, correct me if I'm wrong, the buyer gets a notice that says this seller ships in a timely fashion.
That's
right
right.
at the top. So when you're searching through this, as a seller, you'll be bummed.
I mean, I want you also guys to recognize, I mean, look, we're not trying to be Amazon.
No.
Right? We are unique. We connect. I was just talking to a whole bunch of other sellers at another table about, we connect human being to human being, right? And I think there's a different expectation on eBay, right? We're not going to ship something out in an hour, right?
No.
We're not selling, toilet paper or paper towel that shows up, by drone.
No.
You're getting very unique items, or you're getting great deals on new product on eBay.
Right.
And sure, we encourage you as sellers to provide the best handling time that you can.
Right. Our job is just basically to add value, and then we're going to get the items to the customer at a timely fashion.
Exactly right.
And this is what is so great about, probably the biggest complaint I get from almost everyone that emails and messages me for, I don't know if Harry knows this, I probably answer about 250 emails a day. I answer all of my own emails and through the YouTube channel. And one of the biggest complaints I get is that sellers are unable to list or offer items out to buyers through other platforms, and that is the main reason that most of their business is on eBay. And I love that because your center console latch piece, eBay's it. That's it. Like, boom. And everyone that needs, by the way, Google searches for Jeep CJ7s just went through the roof when this airs. But everyone that needs a piece for their car, my friend actually he specializes in unique car parts like that.
Yep.
His entire business is eBay. Entire business, because he can't sell it anywhere else, and other places don't offer that uniqueness too.
I mean, look, I have a unique model year. My Jeep is an 83, and in 82 and 83 they made a limited edition that had under-dash courtesy lights. Unusual for a Jeep with the grounding in the door. So when you open the door, the lights come on.
That's like a 2020 thing.
And my car didn't have it. And I looked at the schematics, and guess what? The seller on eBay had it.
There you go.
And so you're right. I mean, that's the thing is, it's going to be on platform, and I think it's just a different expectation. But again, we encourage our sellers to have great handling time because, look, it's for a better buyer experience for sure. But I think, the expectation that we're going to ship things out in an hour or something like that, that's not what the platform is about.
Well, we're just saying we're trying to do shorter handling time. If you can get it in 1 day and get it out the door
To help sellers
and get it there faster.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
So Rockstar, what was number 5?
And Harry actually just touched on this. Number 5 for me was diversification for sellers. So what makes eBay so unique is the diversification and the amount of categories and the products. And so one of the things that we tell sellers is never, at least on my end, is never limit yourself. I have a lot of sellers. Example, a young lady just here actually said she only sells purses and handbags, and that's fantastic, and that's her niche in her business, but that she has an opportunity to sell a bunch of dresses through her consignment. And I said, and she was, oh, should I? And I said, take it. eBay's fantastic for dresses. In fact,
Absolutely.
it's one of the top items it sells.
It is.
And I think you just looked up a dress, actually. And so because of that, she's going to contact her consignor tomorrow and take on, it's like 300 dresses and expand her business. And I said, that's the only platform here that you can just, all right, I'll take it, and it's all going to go on to eBay. And so,
listen, I mean,
fantastic.
we have, one of the guests that we had in New York at Upfront started his business up in Ithaca, New York. He went to a consignment shop who had a lot of electronic stereo equipment and speakers, and said, hey, how about I put that up on eBay for you? How much foot traffic are you getting, here in Ithaca? And that's how he started his business. Now he's got a warehouse in Brooklyn.
That's awesome.
Right, and he's doing multi-millions of dollars selling stereo equipment. And I think, that's what makes the company unique, right? Is taking what is in a consignment shop that can't be found easily and opening up to the market.
Yeah, and put it. You've got so many people looking for so many unique items on these searches, and I just. Guys, I'll do, and I appreciate you having me for the video, but I'm going to do one. Obviously, I filmed here at eBay Open, and I got your whole talk, so I'm going to cut out some clips. I know that makes you nervous. I'm going to cut some clips out, and I'm going to give you guys some of the updates. We talked about the seller update last night, and I put a video up on that. There's probably 3 or 4. I pointed out the 3 or 4 important points that I did, and the new international shipping one, which even more customers that you're open to that can't get stuff from anywhere else. They're shopping on eBay International. So there's a lot of great other things that we're going to talk about in depth. We'll do the live show. Normally I would do it tonight, but of course I'm not, so we'll do it this weekend. And we'll talk about all those updates that make it easier to diversify and reach more people. So a lot of good updates. Thanks for taking a minute. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks
for
coming.
I haven't had the joy of meeting him at eBay Opens in the past. I saw you last year, I think. But
I was at Open this year.
The past year, 19. I think I've seen him, but we didn't get a chance to talk. No offense, but I was always the right-hand guy to Bob. I'm sad he's gone, but me and Bob we were buddies. So it was fun. It was good. Thank you for doing the local events as well. We appreciate that.
So, this is, like we said, for 25th anniversary, went to a little different this year.
25 years.
And, like you said, it's hard to believe, right? Start with a broken laser pointer, 1.4 billion listings later. But
and what was gross revenues last year? Remind me.
Well, we did
for 19.
We did 22 billion of GMV in the fourth quarter.
Q4 was 22. Yep, 22 billion. So, and I thought the great thing that we started the show off with. I know many of my viewers aren't in Florida, but in Florida, it was 3 billion worth of gross.
That's correct.
Just in Florida. So that's how much business.
Just over 500,000.
For all the people that always yell that everything comes from Florida, now you know why. We're a big part of this market. So you Florida
100%.
people.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, and also we started with this topic, and we should end with this topic. There are multiple. This was the first one of 2020 for Upfront. So there's going to be a bunch more. I linked it. I'll have you link it again for people if they want to join.
It was like one in Miami, there was one in Detroit.
Those are community events.
Right. Okay. So the next one is Detroit.
Detroit.
Yep.
Okay, coming up. And then the one after that is
Austin.
And then after that, we're going to be in New York. And then Toronto, I think.
Toronto, across the border.
Then we start going more.
San Jose.
Yeah, and we start going West Coast.
San Jose, Denver.
We're doing Denver, Phoenix,
Seattle, and San Jose. So you guys have plenty more opportunities. Which ones will you be at?
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them. So
if you're at one, if you see this guy, track him down, get his attention.
Write your questions.
Flag him down. Say, look, I've been waiting for you. I'm going to track this guy down and ask him questions. Pick his brain.
Please do.
Ask questions. Sign up if you haven't signed up. I know a lot of them are sold out, but sign up if it's available. Join the events. Be a part of the community. Learn as much as you can. Follow videos. There's a bunch of other great YouTubers, so check it out. And if you have stuff sitting in the corner, don't be scared. Get it listed. Make that money. Right. And if you make money, eBay makes money. We get to make money again. So
right. Like I said earlier in the video, list items every day. Get inventory every day, list items every day, ship items every day. It's a 3-step process. Get the inventory, list the inventory, ship the inventory. I think that's it. That's all we got, right?
Awesome. That's what I've got for you. Thank you again to Harry for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you
all right,
very
guys.
much. Cheers.
Peace out. Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
Thanks.